Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this electric knife sharpener. I'm going to show it to you in action, demo it, walk you through all the features, etc. Big thanks to the brand for sending this over so I could make this video for you. Okay, so this is an electric knife sharpener. You can use it to sharpen a variety of different kitchen knives. You can also use it to sharpen pocket knives and all that, but I'm using it for my kitchen, so that's what I'll be demoing for you today. It's electric, and so it handles all the sharpening for you automatically. A lot of times your knife set will come with a manual one, you know, a little kind of bar you can use, but this does it for you. You'll see this is pretty common when you sharpen knives. You'll have the coarse setting, and then you'll have the fine setting. You'll typically want to use the coarse setting first, and then the fine setting to get rid of any burrs that result from doing this. Now, the type of blade you have and the thickness of the blade and how dull it is depends on how often you're going, or how frequently or how much you're going to sharpen on each of these. I'll walk you through that. A couple things I really like about this. First off, it is plug-in, so you do plug it in. It's not battery operated. You're going to plug it in, so you're going to want to find an outlet near your kitchen. It's got a very simple on-off switch. It's off right now, and that is on. And then one thing I really like is it has these suction cups here, so that when you get it out and you're going to use it, you're just going to want to suction it to your countertop. Pretty simple. Now they give you good instructions here, so just really quickly I'll show you that basically to sharpen common knives, which these would fall under, these are your classic carving knives, utility knives, that sort of stuff. That's going to be one way. And then if you want to sharpen serrated knives, which in this case is a bread knife, a tomato knife, a steak knife would be another good example, you'll want to do it a little differently. So I'll walk you through both of those here. Now, what's important, and they even show it to you and demo it for you here, so I'll show it to you here, is that you want to use the angles that they come with, and they're going to pre-guide you on those angles when you use it. And that's one of the things I like about this, is if you're not using this electric one, you have the opportunity to do it wrong, and that is to insert the blade in straight, and so you're not actually cutting properly. Basically, the way that this works is that there are two insertion points for the coarse and two insertion points for the fine, and they're going to cut at different angles as you pull it through, and it's going to sharpen basically both sides of the blade. So let me go ahead and walk you through it. You're going to want to, for the coarse, insert and pull back at a clip of about 1 inch per second. And so what you're trying to do is move it through the sharpener at a rate of about 1 inch per second. And then when you move over to the fine, you can do about 2 inches per second. Now, I'm not going to say I'm perfect at this, but let me walk you through basically what that looks like. So again, this knife, it's hard to show up close, is an older knife of ours that we got with our wedding, which is over 15 years ago. We don't use this one very often, but it's pretty dull. And so I thought I'd show you kind of what it was, but maybe you can get a good angle. You can kind of see with the way the light hits that it's very dull. It's not, I mean, I can run my finger, but it's not very sharp at all. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and turn this on, and then it's naturally going to sit in here. Now, depending on how dull it is, and depending on how thick it is, you'll want to go anywhere from 2 to 15 or 20 times. This is not a very thick blade, but it is pretty dull, so I'm going to do it about 4 times. That was a little fast there. Okay, you get the picture. I mean, you can already see that it is a lot sharper. And you can just see that by the angle and what is hitting the light. See down there in the bottom right? So you can see that it's significantly sharper. And I would probably want to do it a few more times, given how dull it was. Now I'm going to want to go ahead and use the fine setting, which I can go faster with, to get rid of any burrs that are still left there. Now with the fine setting, you really only need to do that once or twice. You don't need to do it both times or more than once or twice. So what we have here is a much sharper blade. As I look at it and as I'm angling it in that light there to show you, significantly sharper and very easy to use and oh yeah, look at that nice finish there, that nice edge. Much easier to use and kind of almost much more of a guide for the angle you're going to want to use. Now, when it comes to, here you go, here let's just do another one really quickly. So you can see that this is all chipped up here. How close can I get it? Yeah, see that there? See, it's missing chunks, and it's just a very out of sorts blade. So let me go ahead and do this for you here pretty quickly as well. So again, it did not get rid of these chips, but it did make the blade a lot sharper in other areas. And then of course I would go through and do the fine as well. And again, you can go twice as fast with that and not need to do as many passes. Now the only difference when you have a serrated knife is that you only want to do the part of the knife that has the serration. So that would be this part right here, because I can feel the angle change as I touch it. The serration is on this part. You don't need to do and don't want to do the flat part. And so all I would do is align. This is the flat part, so I don't want to do that part. This is the serrated part, so I'd want to do this. So I would do this the number of times needed, use the fine setting for the number of times, but I would not need to do both sides. Overall, this is a great knife sharpener, right? Electric, so it makes it easy, helps you with the angling, and does a great job getting my knife sharpened. I hope this has helped.